Hello, everybody. The summer semester at the University of Czernivtsi just has started, and I now have the opportunity to talk to our colleague Nataliya from the Department of Political Science and Public Administration and her student Alexandra. So let's start with you, Nataliya. Please tell us briefly what is it like to teach in wartime conditions now?
It's, hello, Florian. Hello, everybody. And it's a little bit difficult because we have unpredictable situations, so we don't know what can be happen in several minutes. And every time we are under the pressure of war, and that's influencing on our mood and on our emotions. But we are trying to do our best to manage our lessons and to make some homework. So I think we will try to manage it, and we are trying.
Yeah, thank you. So, Alexandra, would you briefly introduce yourself, please, and would you tell us what is your motivation to continue your studies now in wartime conditions?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sasha. My major is political science. Also, I can say that I both work and study. So these two things help me to distract the war when you have the opportunity to talk to your teachers and to your group mates. It's like easily to forget about the war, and you can distract from all this news. My routine starts from scrolling news, and because you always want to know what happened in other parts of Ukraine. I also work, and I work in cafe, and a lot of people from regions where the war is come to us, and sometimes you can talk to them, and most of them they are happy to run from the war in most suffer region. Mm-hmm. And also they admire our city. And some of them who have more like material opportunities, they told that they want to stay here for a longer time, and maybe to buy apartments or something else. I am used to study and work both, and I work in my work. We have shifts, so I am three days at home and 3 days at work.
Okay.
So when I am at home, I do my all my tasks from university, and I used to this to combine this. The war shows us that nobody can plan for in the long term.
I see.
So now my plans is to end this semester of studying, to do all my semester papers and pass all my exams. And hope to see all my teachers the next semester.
Yeah, we also hope to meet with Alexandra, and he's the first year of our master program, so he has to study 1 year more, and we do hope that it will be possible to complete the study.
I see. So yes, I think for the moment we have learned very much about you and your plans and how to to manage a study in wartime conditions in Chernivtsi, studying and working. Yes, that's another point. I think that's a quite usual thing in the Ukraine, to earn money and study at the same time. And now after Corona, with Corona now, with the war, I can say that you have our admiration for your will to counter this madness of war with education and culture as best as you can. And yeah, thank you for this very, very interesting and exciting insight and conversation. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna, Sviatoslav, hello. So please, Anna, let's start with you. Just tell us, please, could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your studies now under wartime conditions?
Yeah, my name is Andorish. I'm from Chernivtsi, Ukraine. My field of studies is political science. I'm a fourth year's course student. And in free time, I was a photographer before the war started. And I worked as a social media marketer for a company, but it was till the war started. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was fired because they need to cut off more workers. It was half of all workers. Yeah, more than half, probably. But I'm looking now for a new job. Yeah, and I tend to think that is a big problem. For now, it is disappointing as for me because I loved my job, but they needn't my work now. It helps me to refocus my attention, first of all, and to think about another things which are helpful, and to do some studies which help me to refocus, first of all, but then to think about a lot of different things. Because of your mental health isn't very good for a long time when you are in this situation, and it helps you to change your mind, to change your mental
state.
You know,
yes.
Yeah.
Situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that it is one app that helps me to chase my bad mood or something like that. It's called VOS. Mm-hmm. It is free for Ukrainians now. And when you feel bad mood, you can go through this app and do some tests to find the biggest problem of your available mood, something like that. But it doesn't solve anything, but you can find these traps of your mood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that a lot of people use it, and it helps them. It helps them to not to be in depression for all the time, and it helps me to diagnose my severe depression or and lessen them. But what is my how my routine looks like. I usually wake up in the morning, then I do a vacuum, and then I do my sport routine. I have big problems with my knees now, and sport a little bit helps me to solve it. Yeah. Then I do my breakfast. Then I go through the internet and look for new news. It is often disappointing. Mm-hmm. Every time it is disappointing. And then you go through this app and write it. Then I usually go for our places for volunteering.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go there and take with you some products or some goods for refugees, and usually I go there, and it is big needing in hands of help.
Mm.
Yeah, and then you can help them to repacking of some clothing or something like that. I usually do this. Yeah. But many people can repacking food or etc. It doesn't matter. But the most helpful is to not to be strict on these things that you think every time when you read news or something like that. You have to be restricted from this and refocus. Yeah, it helps me.
Okay.
Then in the evening, I usually do my dinner, and after that I'm looking for new news.
Mm.
Yeah, and then it is our rules that we have to switch off our
Yes.
light till the 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this time I usually try to look for helpful videos to switch off my attention and to pay attention to something valuable as for me. Yeah, and then I go for sleeping. Yeah, and day after day.
Day after day, I see, yes. So, but you have some strategies to distract yourself. The app, helping others, sport, studying,
Yeah.
yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
sport and studying. Sport and studying helps me at all. Yeah, and volunteering. You can feel that you are a part of such a bigger thing, and that you help your country to defeat this.
To defend, yes. I see. Yes, thank you very much. Maybe now let's ask Sviatoslav, how is your day? How, yes, do you manage your study? How are you doing in this very, very special situation?
So yeah, my routine have some similarities with Anna. So, for example, of course, we are studying. Unfortunately, we now have an opportunity for now at least to study. This is sometimes help to distract attention, and this is what we need. Also, of course, most of the day I am monitoring the news because this is very important for all of us and for me. Try volunteering also a bit, where I can ask my friends or some familiar people if they need some help in volunteering and so on, so on. So doing some daily issues. So yeah, that's my routine. And volunteering, this is quite important, I think, because this is also help you to think that you can also do something in this terrible situation. This is give some hope and some even positive emotions in these dark days, I think.
To start with, I tend to think that it's quietly hard to analyze this situation from my Ukrainian side, to my scene. But if I will cut my subjectal or personality attention to from this, I can say that world is right, and not just we can see these facts. These facts can see all of the world and all people who are connected to Ukrainians, who are connected to our country. Yeah, it's a little bit hard me to say this because it's terrific, and I feel anxiety when I said these facts.
I see.
When I say these facts, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Anna says, it's quite hard to analyze the situation in cold way of thinking because we are all here. This is very emotional for all of us. But also, you say it. You, of course, we can't be neutral. And personally, I think that any normal human, despite where he lives or she lives, from Chile to Japan, can't be neutral in this situation because this is really obvious who is aggressor, who started all this, and who should be punished for all of this, I think. And that keep us motivating the truth on our side and that we will win. But also it's hard to analyze. Of course, this might be quite emotional, but still. Also, I'm trying, it's really hard, but I try to analyze the perspectives. And this is really hard for me because I want, of course, that this will end sooner, but I'm not sure about this. And I'm not sure when this will all end. And we all want it to stop sooner than later, but we all are not sure about this. So yeah, when you're trying to think about perspectives, you're trying to be cold-blooded, but it's really hard sometimes, almost always.
Yes, at first, when the war started, I thought about this, but then I put these things out of me. Yeah, but in the other hand, my mom has to leave our country because her business is stopped now, and she doesn't have any work, and it is disappointing because she has to earn money. to feed our family. Yeah, and in this situation, I see that and I understand the people who really need to leave the country. And we don't have to punish them. They are for us and they are important to us. And we have to understand these people and these situations. I don't say about these people who just want to leave this country because of not truly mental health or something like that. That is quite hard for them to stand with these mental weapons. And they just want to leave this country because they want, not because of the really threats, not just because of it. But I don't want to concern about it. I just want to say that I really appreciate these people who could take their warning bags and to leave the regions which were threatened by Russian invaders. It's really lion-hearted, it's really courageous people, to my mind.
Thank you.
So yeah, in my situation, even if I wanted to, I can't leave my country because of the law from 1860, as far as I remember, males cannot leave Ukraine. And to be honest, I really don't want to, because I feel that I need to stay here and help as much as I can. But I also don't judge those people who left country. It's their right, and sometimes they have reasons. So yeah, and if they can better help to Ukraine from outside, it's okay.
Probably I will add several words. So just thank you for your assistance and for your support of Ukraine in different ways. And that's very important for all of us. And also it's very important to give some feedback to European community, to people who are in favor of Ukraine and of Ukrainian win, that we are trying to keep ourselves, to keep ourselves as human, and that's the most important in such times. As far as you can see, that Russian aggression is provoking terrible and horrifying things on Ukrainian lands, and that's unbelievable for me in 21st century. And also, if you don't mind, I just add several words about why we are still in Chernivtsi. I think there are many reasons of that, and one is that for me personally, I can't imagine myself outside of my home in such times. So that's, for me, it's really very important. And my family is in Ukraine, so that's the additional things which helps me to make this decision. But also I have a lot of friends who are going outside of Ukraine, and they're trying to do their best to help, to assist us. And I'm sure that after the victory of Ukraine, the most part of them returned home and started to rebuild Ukraine as the European states. And that's the most important for me. And I'm really glad that we have so nice and so courageous students who are trying both to volunteer and to study in such difficult times, complicated times, because it really needs a huge will from them to manage all this and to volunteer in one time of their daytime, and then to make some lessons, to prepare some home tasks, and to participate in lessons. So that's really very important for all of us.
Yes, I have to thank you, all of you, for your openness, for informing us, for being so confident in what we try to do in Munich. And I just can say that I'm admiring you, because I think it's a great thing to manage one's life in this situation and not to give in the studies, being willing, to start now building the future. I'm really impressed of this, and I just have to say thank you, and I hope we will see again, maybe online, and I'm planning to drink a coffee at Koblianska,
Yes.
with you in Cafe Vienna.
Yes. I also am planning, so I hope that we will manage some offline meeting after all of that in Chernivtsi, and we will meet with our students, and probably we'll manage some common event for German and for Ukrainian students, for example, or scientists with participating of students. Yes, it would be great. And coffee is waiting for you in Chernivtsi anytime.
I know. I'm looking forward for this.
Thank you.